Spoilers up ahead. Anybody who hasn't played Legends of Zelda Ocarina of Time for N64, at the end you leave. What?
Dude, listen, you guys, if you haven't fucking played, it's been years. You need to fuck on it.
Like, get on this stuff. It's a great game, okay?
Anyway, keep going.
Ahoy hoy, and welcome back to another reaction video. This one by girl 8 Zepla HQ. I almost said it backwards because, you know.
HQ Zepla.
Right? This one is the biggest reason she quit WoW for Final Fantasy. Kind of pumped and excited. I believe this was a recommendation video, was it not?
It was.
By this person? That one? Over there? He's got to find it. How you doing today, buddy? You doing good?
I'm doing good, man. All right, how are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to jump in this video. Although I gotta say before we start this, I'm loving the red hair. That's awesome. Like, well done.
Yeah, yogurt for this video.
Ready to jump into this, yogurt boy?
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Hey y'all, so today you might see that I'm wearing my Alliance shirt, but I want to make clear that I do not support the Alliance in any way. I bought this t-shirt way before Goblin.
Whoa. What's wrong with the Alliance? What's wrong with the Alliance, Zepla? I don't understand. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it.
It's because she was all like, fuck WoW.
True.
Were available as a race that I could play. I bought it at Hot Topic. And I'm just saying that I'm wearing this shirt today because it's a memento of a time long past. It's a memento of a time when I was still really, really invested in World of Warcraft, and when it was
still be
home to me still. And I want to talk about where I've come from since then and how I ended up where I am now as a full-time Final Fantasy XIV content creator. I feel like my experience as like a WoW refugee might be enlightening for people, and it might be relatable to people that are considering coming to 14 now, that might also, like me, have this long history with World of Warcraft and this sentimental attachment. I'll never forget in December of 2004 when my dad drove me to a Walmart that was an hour away because it was the only one that we could find that had World of Warcraft in stock in my area. And I remember reading the player handbook on the way home, and I was thinking about what race I was going to play.
Oh, dude.
I felt like I was going to jump into this incredible adventure, and I was.
Pause this for a second.
World of Warcraft is an adventure.
What's up?
I miss those, man. Like those big manuals you get in the game. You know what I mean?
The big ones that I think I still have the Majora's Mask one somewhere.
Man. So here's what I used to do. Fun fact. It's going to get real in depth. It's by a new game, but I used to never be able to play it right away for some stupid reason, kind of like my life today.
Happens.
So I'd be like all excited for it and stuff, and then I was that kind of like dude, still am, that's like, I'm gonna get all my rations or food and snacks and drinks, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna make it so I don't have to get up for like 6 hours.
I'm aware.
So I used to like go take a deuce, and I used to take those manuals and I used to read them like they were magazines. True story.
Only you. What, eating your yogurt? Eating your yogurt, reading, and taking a deuce.
I have eaten while taking the deuce. I was gonna say, no, I don't think I've eaten, but I have. I don't recommend it.
Not surprised.
I don't recommend it. When you're like,
You're sick.
eating some chips, smelling some shit, it's not the same.
That's gross. Oh.
Adventure that would consume my life for over the next decade and even longer. Raiding Nefarian with my guild was probably maybe my favorite ever memory from video games, like any video game I ever played. I was there with my raid guild. Everyone was dead. I was the last one standing. Nefarian was at like 1% health, and everyone was cheering me on in TeamSpeak. And I was a rogue, and I popped evasion, and I managed to dodge every attack and like stab very fast.
I love it.
Until he died. And when he hit the floor, TeamSpeak went, like people were freaking out, and I felt like a goddess. I guess I felt amazing.
Don't blame
and then
me,
my
don't blame me.
chess piece dropped. The Bloodfang chess piece dropped, and everyone gave it to me. And they were like, because I won the role, and they were like, "You deserve this." And I was like, "Yeah, I deserve this. This is the best day ever." Like, that's what can I say? I was in love with that game. I was in love with the people I played with those experiences of like, we worked so hard to get to that point. Wish I was around for that time.
Right?
And we were rewarded for it. But imagine if that Bloodfang chess piece that dropped, like, if maybe that story happened today in the current state of WoW.
Would not happen.
That chess piece maybe didn't Titan Forge or didn't get the socket or whatever. And then I would be like, oh, well. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to come back later, and I'll try to get the Titan Forge version, okay? You know what I mean? There's been a shift in design philosophy over the years, and it's one that has been... It's been painful to experience firsthand, and it's been heartbreaking to watch even from afar from my now new home of Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
As the years went on, I noticed... that I was adding less and less people to my friends list. And I noticed that I was spending more time with people I had been randomly matched with that wouldn't say a word, and then we all go back to what we were doing before, and we'll never speak to each other again. By the time I got to Warlords of Draenor...
Sounds like how I play games.
I was sitting in my garrison, and I realized that that was the loneliest I ever felt. It was the loneliest I'd ever been. And
that's sad.
But at the same time, I felt like trapped. I felt like there was nowhere to go, and there was no MMO besides this one that would ever have so much meaning for me, because it was meaning that had been built up over so many years and through so many formative experiences.
Dude,
and
this
I have
story
friends,
took a turn.
even today, there's friends in my Twitch chat who met me during vanilla WoW or BC, and we have lifelong friendships from this game. We have bonds that will never be broken from this game. Of course, I'm connected to this game.
I got
always
bonds.
Will be, no matter what.
What are you doing?
Looking for me bonds.
This is no time for dad jokes, sir.
I'm sorry. Hey, you're lucky it wasn't a dad joke. I'd be talking about bonbons.
Someone please send help.
I actually don't have a dad joke today, which is surprising because I've been having one for like every day the last 4 days.
Facts. T freaking Ruth. Okay? This man's full of dad jokes. Every day for the last like 4 or 5 days, I have gotten a text or a dad joke of some kind, or I've been told a dad joke. It's a little intense. I'm tired of dad jokes.
So I felt, well, what's the point of even trying another MMO? It's WoW or nothing, you know.
Wow, we're nothing.
But
preach it.
My garrison was pretty much running itself, and a friend of mine begged me to try Final Fantasy XIV. It was during Heaven's Ward era. And honestly, I was feeling pretty depressed. I felt like I had nothing to lose, and my life wasn't going really well at the time either. And so I figured, well, there's a free trial, so whatever. I guess I'll just try it out. And I had never played a Final Fantasy game before. I didn't understand like why there were cat girls to play. I didn't understand why there was like potatoes to play. I was kind of weirded out
I'm a
by the
potato.
character creation, like full disclosure. Honestly, my first reaction was like, who is this game for? This is like a weeb game. That was my reaction. But I tried it. And honestly, in spite of myself, in spite of all my reservations, and in spite of myself expecting it to be crap, I found my.
I tried it out, and honestly, click this for no ads. I get like that sometimes. When you like talking about WoW, being like, I guess lonely with it, not knowing what to do next. It's kind of what I got from that. It's like nobody's playing anymore, nobody's talking. You know, you kind of just doing your own thing with a bunch of randoms. And if you're in it for the community, it's the fun's kind of gone at that point. I get like that with Final Fantasy sometimes too, where I'm like, man, nobody playing. And then, or life will get in the way and be like, I can't play. And then it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah, no. See, but I get like that with a lot of games. Like, if I play a general multiplayer game like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft, even sometimes, I would really get that, especially if I'm doing it by myself. It's like, well, I'm just kind of playing by myself. There's no one around. It's me, myself, and I. Yeah. So I mean, I understand the feeling, absolutely.
Especially when you got to pay for it, because there like been a couple times where I've been paying for Final Fantasy, and then I don't play for 6 months, and I'm like, man, I just wasted like $100.
You know what I'm saying? I've done that with WoW a couple times. I remember one time I paid for my WoW subscription. The day I paid for it, I played WoW for a couple hours max. I didn't touch it for like 3 months, and it was like a 3-month subscription. I didn't touch it. It was the biggest waste of like $60 or something at that time, maybe a little bit more. I was like, yeah, I got my fix in a couple hours that I wanted to play, and then I was like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Happens.
Myself after 3 days of playing the story and just feeling myself slowly, like, I guess, let my guard up and allow this new game to be enjoyable for me. Honestly, I was hooked after 3 days. The story pulled me in, and I started to feel connected again, not just to the characters in the story, which I kind of think of like those first connections to the story characters as being almost like a rope that I grabbed onto after being in this pit of like despair, like MMO despair.
See,
it was like I had this.
I'm sure you can touch on the same thing on this because you like stories. You like being hooked. I'm not really so much of a story guy. I just some games I just play to play because it looks like it's a fun game. I can really give two hoots what the story is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, dude. Absolutely. With me in a story, oh man, I'll cry. If I get connected to a character and they die, I'll cry. Yep. I'll weep, bro.
I think the only video game I have ever cried while playing was Ocarina of Time.
Really?
And I think at the ending, when spoilers up ahead, anybody who hasn't played Legends of Zelda Ocarina of Time for N64, at the end you leave. What?
Dude, listen, you guys, if you haven't fucking played, it's been years. You need to get the fuck on it.
Like, get on this stuff. It's a great game, okay?
Anyway, keep going.
But Link and Zelda have like a touching moment at the end in the Shadow Realm, and then they split ways. And it got me the first time I ever played it. It was like, oh, but why? They should be together. They worked so hard. No.
Yeah, I can understand that. See, it was always hard for me to get that invested with games I had to read. Like back at old like classic Final Fantasy games, there'd be like sad moments and I'd be like, oh man, that's fucked up. But there wouldn't be like any tears until voice acting came into the games, right? Like I've cried a few times in games, probably more times than I'd like to admit.
I cried at another game, a series of games. Oh, sorry. I cried at the Kingdom Hearts series.
Kyrie! Sora! Kyrie! Remember what you said before? I'm always with you too. I'll come back to you. I promise. I know you will.
That's a sad series. They're touchy
series.
They really hit it.
The first Kingdom Hearts, I wanted to cry at the end, but I was streaming and nah.
I got Kingdom Hearts 2 for PlayStation 2 actually sitting right in, like, well, not arm's reach, but on the other side of my room.
The Last of Us, in the beginning, if you haven't played The Last of Us, Joel's actual daughter dies in the beginning, and I cried. It was like 10 minutes in.
Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. Listen to me, I know this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. All right, I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby, I know it hurts. Come on, baby, please. I know, baby, I know. Sarah. Baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on. No. No. No, no, no. Please. 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 Please don't. Please.
All the Metal Gears besides Peace Walker. Yeah.
I don't think, no, never. Maybe number 4. Now that I think about it, that one was really in depth. Number 4 Metal Gear was almost like watching a movie in certain aspects of that. So that one I got really invested into.
You will be too.
And then another big one, so we can keep going, was Silent Hill 2. There was a death scene in Silent Hill 2, and when you go, after that scene, when you go to that part of the apartment, it plays like sad music, and it was just, it was rough.
Never played Silent Hill 2.
You
lifeline suddenly, and I started to feel like, oh my gosh, this is really fun, and I care about what's happening. I want to know what's going to happen next. And then the community embraced me. Then the community started pulling me up out of this hole that I was in. And I started my YouTube channel, and I started making content for the game. And before I knew it, I felt like I had a family around me, and I felt like I belonged for the first time since Wrath of the Lich King in an MMO. I felt like I was at home, and I couldn't believe what was happening. I mean, I got caught up in 14 so fast. Everything moved so quickly. I got my character to level 60. I started doing Alexander raids, and I started raiding again. I had that incredible thrill of killing the savage bosses with my new static, my new friends from my static. And it was that same old thrill that I felt back in the day with Nefarian, you know. I was having so much fun. My heart found a new place to be, a new place to stay. And I watched from afar, from this position of safety, from which I still watched as World of Warcraft took its path and continues to take this path down a road that I can't follow. It's like that thing that Jaina said to Arthas, like, you're going down a path I can't follow. Meanwhile, you have Ian saying stuff like, and this was from a Q&A. Ian said, if people are engaging in activity beyond the level that's required to earn some baseline reward, that's an indication they're doing it because it is fun. We can infer that from this data that they are having fun. We can infer the fun if they repeat activity beyond baseline reward acquisition. It is fun. Like, what? He was talking about how they decide if something's fun or not. Like how a robot would if they were studying humans and trying to understand what is fun like. What is this thing? Like, it was so weird. And then Laura's sitting next to him. Laura's the community manager who famously on Twitter called the community dickbags. There's a tweet for that. He's a community
want to
manager.
read it.
His job is to interact with the community.
Just FYI, since I've been having to do it a lot lately, yes, I am very quick to mute or block people on Twitter. It's in my experience the only way to make using Twitter not be a consistent slog through garbage spewed by anonymous dickbags. My mental health, your idiotic ranting. Love that person.
And he was like, look, I'm quick to mute or block people. I don't want to slog through garbage on Twitter. Okay, from
Zepla,
anonymous dickbags.
I already read it.
What are you doing? Your job is to go through Twitter messages. Like, what are you doing?
Team effort. She only read half.
These are the people that are leading the Q&As, that are leading the official discussion about the state and path of the game. And not only are they out of touch with, like, the very basic idea of what is fun, how do we decide if this is fun, but also out of touch with the community. And even, like, from this tweet, you can see that there's a level of like aggression and almost like seeing the community as an enemy, not as an ally that's there to give you, you know, a very important, you know, God, I'm so tired of this word feedback. We value your feedback. It's like it's the retail lie that everyone's sick of hearing.
Zepla, I don't know if you knew, but while you were recording this, a polar bear walked across your floor. Just want to let you know.
You're just full of jokes tonight. I love it. I love it.
I don't even want to call it feedback. You're supposed to have normal conversations. You're supposed to play the game yourself. And as a human, using your human emotions, decide, did I have fun? It also echoes the thing that J. Allen Brack said. New president of Blizzard. Said, you know, you think you want it, but you don't.
Wait. Did I have fun?
I do that all the time. Dude, I'll be at work sometimes. My brain would be like, are you sad today? And then I'm like,
But I had fun.
And then I'll tell my brain, no, I'm feeling pretty good today. And my brain's like, that's my decision. You're sad.
That took a quick turn.
Okay, I don't know why,
Again.
but I really want to green screen her chair so bad. It's so great. I just want to chroma key it. That's what I'm trying to say. I just want to chroma key it out just to see what it would look like. Well, I know what it would look like. It'd probably just be all black because there's nothing behind this video.
Zepla, I apologize for B and his Venus guess.
No, me and Zepla, we're a team. You see how we conquered that tweet? I read it all, then she gave half, and then gave her opinion. Teamwork. I kind of told her I already read it. I was a little misinformed that she was going to read half. I didn't get the email. It was off that day.
What a guy.
I'm sorry.
And it's like this sense of condescension, and how wrong has the community proven him to be with the massive hype over WoW Classics.
That's hype.
People aren't excited about WoW Classics. They can log in and play a polygon dwarf who like has like 4 polygons on his nose. They're logging in because of the design philosophy. This again, like with BlizzCon, we have all these quotes from these people of, don't you guys have phones? They're on this ivory tower and looking down at the players like they just have no idea what they want, and we know what fun is because we have the numbers. I went to my first fan fest 4 months ago in Paris. It was like night and day. BlizzCon 2018 versus FanFest 2019, because like there was a rock show at the end where Yoshida came out in this freaking amazing
I'll put it on my wall.
tiger kimono, and he's like singing this badass song from the game, and you've got like Koji Fox from the English localization team, Soken there. And they're like rocking out. They're having so much fun.
Sounds like fun.
Like we are part of this big thing together, and you feel like they really are invested in this game too. They care about this game too. They're there to listen to us. I posted today on Twitter at FanFest, a fan went up during the Q&A and requested a quality of life change. And Yoshida was like, yeah, we can do that. 4 months later, like today, I posted, that they have announced that they will be adding that feature that was requested by a fan into the game.
Damn.
Okay. I posted that to just kind of demonstrate how very different the devs are. If there's a controversy, which there have been, they address it. And they say, well, here's the reasons for why we can't give you what you want right now, but we'll try. They're very transparent. They know they're in touch with what is going on.
It's good to have in developers.
But it's design philosophy problems that are the reason why I felt so alone in my garrison in Warlords of Draenor. That are the reason why I left that game behind, and it opened that window of opportunity for me to finally try another game. So why are players quitting WoW for 14? It's because that the tie has been severed. What are those ties made of? They're made of meaning. What is meaning? It is human connections. It is feeling pride in your character and pride in what you've accomplished. Whatever that chord of meaning is, I know that it's made up of something more than the sum of its parts, and that's what Ian doesn't get. That's what they don't seem to get. It's something that makes you feel like you're a part of something bigger. And that's what WoW has lost. That's
sense.
what Final Fantasy XIV can offer. You might not like it. You might try it and it might not be for you. That's okay. But I will make a separate video talking about some misconceptions you might have, especially early on in the early parts of gameplay. I'll talk more about how the game does change as you level, and more of like what to expect if you decide to play 14 coming from World of Warcraft. What do you think? What do you think about this thing that I've called the cord of meaning? What is it made of for you? Like, what attaches you to an MMO? Have you ever played World of Warcraft? Have you played it as long as me? Are you also a WoW refugee? And did you come recently during BFA, or did you come during Warlords of Draenor, or maybe some other expansion? Let me know in the comments section below. And you're also, I would welcome you to come to my Discord server and chat with me about it there. I'm there almost all the time. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Zepla will do you one better. We won't comment. We'll answer it in the video.
See, I can make my answer short and sweet.
What you trying to say? I talk a lot?
Yes.
Fuck you.
MMOs, I enjoy MMOs to a certain point, but I'm a solo player, you know what I mean, when it comes to certain games. Unless I'm playing with V, I mean, most of the time I just kind of play solo games. I've always been I don't like the griefing and the shenanigans from other people and being shot, and their fun is my torment, and I don't enjoy that. So I mean, certain points in MMOs, and I'm just like, there's too many people. I don't wanna.
Well, side note, you've been playing a lot of GTA 5 online by yourself since we started playing pretty hard the last couple week.
Yes, you're right. I have put a little bit more into GTA 5. That's only because I want some online. But I'm really only doing solo stuff. I'm not really playing and doing other heists and stuff. I'm doing my own kind of jobs, and if people start griefing, I just switch in lobbies because I'm like, I'm not getting shot up. No,
I don't like it.
I mean, once in a blue moon, I get it. I understand. It's part of the game. Let's shoot each other up and get a couple good sport kills in. You know, I'm cool with it. But when you're just bombarding players with missiles, and it's no fun. I'm like, I don't want to be loading into a game and just constantly dying. And no, thank you.
Fair. So the touch on what she was saying. So I never played WoW nearly as long as she's talking, like not even close.
Yeah, no.
I never got to raids ever. I did get the dungeons, and I never got to experience the community stuff she was talking about there, where like you had this big epic win and like they gave you the strong item. Yeah. It was always super greedy when I got in there.
Yeah, random dungeons.
It was always
never really got to experience it in the beginning.
Yeah, you just kind of greeted everything when I was playing. Final Fantasy was different. I've had people be like, no, you know, you deserve this piece or something like that. I've had that. It is a dope feeling. I do agree in like attaching yourself to characters in the story. When I first played Final Fantasy, besides the fact that I have played a Final Fantasy game before, it didn't catch me right off the hop. It was the story that developed, and after I had met Minfilia in the game, which is a character, then it all kind of started. I started playing daily after that.
Fair.
But yeah, the developers are very different in my opinion, and that's just based on stories I've heard. The WoW developers seem to be very stuck in their way they want the game to be and not what the players want it to be. Whereas in the Final Fantasy, developers are like, this is our base that we're gonna run with it, and then we're gonna try and add the things that you guys want on top of that. And I do like that the Final Fantasy developers for 14, like she said there, gets back to the community, to the players, saying, we heard you, we're reaching out, this is why we can't do it right now, but it could happen in the future.
See, I see both points of views. I see the creative side where you're bringing in more people and appealing to your audience, but I also see the opposite end of the spectrum when you have a design or something that you want it to be, and then it gets constantly changed from the original. It's not so much your design anymore, you know what I mean? So I can see where Blizzard developers would be in that, no, this is our game, this is how we want it to be. Unfortunately, it's a give and take, you know what I mean? You kind of got to give a little and take a little at the same time, you know what I mean? You got to take a little feedback, but at the same time stand your ground and be like, this is our game and how we want it designed. You know, you can't really, in my opinion, give what they always want.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I think that would more apply on your single player games, right? You bought it, this is what it is. You bought it that one time. When you're paying something monthly to play it, you're consistently throwing. It's almost like buying the game every single month.
No, you're right, and I always forget about that subscription aspect to it too. When you got to pay for it, you do expect a little bit more. You are right there.
So that's what I was saying. Like with Final Fantasy, it's like they created the base they wanted in the direction they wanted it to go, but left the space for the players, right?
Improvements, so yeah.
The foundation would have been the players, like a house, right? And then the walls was the base of the game, what they created, what they wanted it to be, and then all the decorations and furniture inside that house was everything that everybody wanted as they played, right? But
Thanks.
yeah, my final opinion on that is fuck WoW Final Fantasy. I mean, that's a little much.
You shut your, you know, sign us off.
Well, you guys, that was a big reason I quit WoW for Final Fantasy 14 by Zepla HQ. Zepla headquarters up in here. I wonder if that's what that means.
Maybe.
I wonder if that was purposely as in like headquarters. I think it is.
If
Zepla.
anybody knows, let us know down in the comments below.
Yeah. You know who knows? Zepla. You know what that means? Let us know.
You heard, man.
But yeah, Zepla, great video.
Excellent. Round of applause.
Yeah. Glad you were able to enjoy yourself in Final Fantasy 14, and now you literally make a living off it, as far as I'm aware, based on your videos. So again, fuck WoW.
Congratulations.
I have respect for all players. Hey, I got a strange love for WoW too, so don't worry. I'm just, fuck WoW. Final Fantasy. Well, you guys, if you want to watch the video in its entirety without our commentary, you can find the original video link in the description down below, as well as the link to Zepla's channel. If you haven't seen her content before, it is great stuff. Be sure to go check her out and give her a subscribe as well. But if you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments what else you want us to react to. And if you know any other Zepla videos you would like us to react to, kind of like how this one was a recommendation by this person. Pencils for everybody.
I got an elastic and a pen cap. Does it count?
What is that gonna do?
I mean, I could probably. If I hold on. I could do this. It's been a while, but I can rig it up. Shoot myself in the eyeball.
Make sure you guys subscribe. We'll put some graffiti on it. And when you're done your masterpiece, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And like I said, let us know in the comments down below what video you want us to react next. And if you enjoyed this video, as the project returns, my name is V.
What's my name again?
Shoot yourself in the eye, boy.
Okay, yogurt boy.